Hey YouTubers, welcome to Kai Talk. From my first ever YouTube video, I wanted to discuss and compare the differences of Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Firstly, this will not be a power scaling video, especially when most of the fandom does not consider GT even canon, nor are there any official stated power levels or multipliers for either of these characters. Now on with the discussion. While watching Super religiously every Sunday, I decided to also revisit GT at the same time. Doing so, I noticed some key differences in who Goku became in either show, how these transformations changed him, and how completely different they are, especially since they created two distinct Gokus, and no, I don't just mean in their appearance. Despite many fans considering Dragon Ball GT non-canon, the creator of the series, Akira Toriyama, has stated before that the GT continuity should be considered amongst a different timeline and not as a continuation after Dragon Ball Z and more recently Dragon Ball Super. That said, let's keep this factor in mind. The first time I noticed one of these points of the primitive Super Saiyan 4 Goku was shown in episode 53 of Dragon Ball GT, specifically this part.
Super Saiyan 4になっちまうとな、ちっとばかし理性がぶっ飛んじまうんだ。もうこうなっちまったらおら、どうなっても死ねえぞ。おめえが慣れって言ったんだ。とことん後継させてやって。
As you saw in the clip, Goku explained to the 7-star dragon that when I turn Super Saiyan 4, there's this teensy little part of my rationality that dashes away. When I get like this, I don't know what becomes of me, and then proceeded to fight the dragon. So as you can see in that clip, Goku had reverted back to his primal instincts, and in that moment, sounded identical to his ancestors. In my opinion, the GT writers executed the then best and final form for the Saiyans, the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. It was an added bonus having most of the core ideas come from earlier parts of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. By initiating the transformation and first becoming a Golden Ozaru, followed by losing all self-control despite being surrounded by all of his family and friends, none of their words or actions could get through to the inner Goku, until he saw the earth and remembered who he is and what he needs to do, and to conclude with the actual Super Saiyan 4 transformation. The cherry on top of all of this was including a familiar characteristic of the Saiyan race, but not one that we have ever seen from Goku, the primitive instinct of kill or be killed, brute behavior, and newly grown red hair on his arms and stomach, not only giving him these new personality traits, but a matching appearance to go with it. As if a part of his ancestral genes were reawakened with this form, those same ones that were lost since he hit his head as a child. Ever since the introduction of the Kaioken technique up until this moment with Super Saiyan Blue, each new power-up form and power boost also came with a degree of learning how to control this new power. And yet, even the purest heart and a lifetime of self-controlling training, amongst other things, could not help Goku as he was succumbed back to the fundamental roots of the savage-like Saiyan race when using the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. On the other hand, the Super Saiyan Blue transformation is much different than the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. In order for a Saiyan to attain the blue form, aside from having to obtain then retain the Super Saiyan God form, they must have a calm mind. Only then can they apply Super Saiyan to their power. The calm mind is essential to ease the control of the form and its Kai and avoid the same issues of the Super Saiyan 2, 3, and Super Saiyan God form, where Ki would leak out beyond their control. Toriyama has stated in an interview that he made Goku's hair blue to express how, by overcoming a certain limit, he has become both strong and tranquil, able to keep his composure in a fight. I won't be touching upon the colors of all the different forms, but if you want further insight into these colors and what they represent, I recommend watching one of my favorite YouTubers, MasakoX, and his videos on the color theory. I left links in the description for those who want to check it out. The usefulness of keeping composure during a fight is needed for control of Ki and keeping it from leaking out. This was further proven when Goku was able to stack Kaioken times 10 on top of the blue form against his fight with Hit, and times 20 against Jiren. If Goku did not have complete control and mastery of his ki and of his mind and body while using the technique, his body would have collapsed, having that surge of energy backfire on him. In episode 39 of Dragon Ball Super, Goku says this.
All the power of Super Saiyan Blue intensified with the Kaioken technique. If I'd messed this up even a little, my energy would have run out of control, and with this much of it, I would have been toast. But it looks like I've got it in check. Good old Kaioken. I guess it was worth the risk after all.
And what exactly does this technique do?
It's basically an energy multiplier. I learned it a long time ago from King Kai. This version doubles my strength, speed, and senses, and all the other traits I use in a fight. Here it comes!
King Kai, also known as North Kai, is the master of the Kaioken, and he first taught Goku the technique. During the Saiyan Saga, he warned Goku of how dangerous and reckless the Kaioken technique is and to never go above the 2 times multiplier. But he did it anyways. Since the Kaioken is a technique that integrates the mind and body at the same time, the user must be in total control mentally and of their ki. There is one major drawback of Goku using this technique on top of the Super Saiyan Blue form, as he suffered from delayed onset ki disorder after the tournament with the 6th universe and his fight with Hit. He was warned by King Kai of the technique's negative repercussions, as his body could not handle such reckless ki use without proper training. If he continued abusing this, he ran the risk of never being able to get stronger. Even though Goku would use the Super Saiyan 4 form only when he would need that level of power and the energy to defeat his opponent, which subsequently meant he was more serious too. But compared with his blue counterpart, Goku has been found smiling and cheerful more often during the heat of the battle. Blue is less serious than its GT counterpart, even with the stakes at play like universal destruction. At the moment, these are the key differences I have seen between the two. Let me know what your opinion is in the comment section below, and whether you agree or disagree with these points. Subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you.